Welcome back to a new video. So this is the first workout of my new block. This block's going to be 11 weeks long. If you didn't see the last video where I talked about some of my reasoning for stopping the last block slightly early, is mostly just to protect my back from more spasms with heavier weights. And this workout was no exception to that. I did have a little bit of, I guess you can call it a tweak. I don't know. It's such a weird feeling because it's not like typical pain. It's more like a cramp feeling. But I got through all of these snatches and the clean and jerk complex perfectly fine. It was on the first set of front squats where I started to feel it, and then I had to modify the workout from there. So the snatch workout was 3 doubles, and I was feeling actually good. So I put on the metrics. So if you use the AI, you can kind of look at the top part, and you can put that. Let me pull this up really quick. So you can assess your readiness in 4 different categories. Recoverability, how do you feel physically, how motivated you are, how many hours did you sleep, how have you been eating. And all of those were pretty high for me yesterday because I was honestly feeling not too bad. Like my back was a little sore, but that was really about it. So it bumped with the original weights of like 86 kilos up to 90, the snatch. For the clean and jerk complex, it bumped them up to 110, which is a really difficult complex. But with the snatches, they were feeling really good. The one miss that I had, I was just trying to get under too fast. The big focus I had, and there was the miss there. So it wasn't really like a bad miss. I was just didn't get it back far enough. So I was trying just to punch under with both arms, like really aggressively, and trying to, it's hard to really describe, but trying to make sure that my left arm externally rotated into that locked out position quickly, or as quick as my right arm. And then during the pull, just trying to make sure the pull was as symmetrical as possible. The app originally wanted me to drop down after, I registered that I missed, but, based on my own eyes, just looking at it, it wasn't really that bad of a miss. So I kept it at 90 and did, it added an additional set. So I did, ended up doing 4 sets and I guess, that one miss. So, 7 out of 8 reps, I suppose. But the one miss, I don't know. It was just me trying to think of a technical thing that got over exaggerated a little bit. Now for the clean jerk work, it was power clean, pause above the knee, plus pause jerk, and I was holding it in a split. It was a very weird movement. I've never done a pause clean above the knee, or I've never done any pause lift above the knee, so certainly very odd with that. I've done a lot of pause jerks, and then like I mentioned, I was doing the holds in the split just for a little bit of extra work in the jerk specifically. But honestly, they didn't feel too bad, and it was very odd. All the jerks felt easy because it was only 110. But as I was getting practice with the movement, they didn't feel too bad either. The hardest part, I would say, is the actual power, doing the power clean. The pause above the knee was fine, but if I was doing full cleans, I have a feeling that the workout would have felt, pretty normal to like how 110 cleans would normally feel. But it's definitely a challenging exercise, and because of that, I gave them all 2 whites and 1 red for all of them because I did not want to increase the weight because I had a feeling that if I could have probably done 115. I think 120 would have been me doing a full clean, honestly. Power cleans are really difficult for me to do, and especially like in this kind of complex, I feel like it would have been similar to how block power cleans are, where I get to a certain weight and it just dies, and I'm not able to do much more. But these were 4 sets, and I didn't have any issues with my back or anything with those, which is always hilarious because I'm still in that front rack position, but I suppose I'm not in the bottom of the full clean. But most of the time when I have the like spasming feeling, it's at the top of the lift. It's not actually at the bottom of the squat or the clean. It's right at the top. But as I was warming up, I decided to put the, for these front squats, I decided to put straps on my hands to kind of just see if stretching my lats out more and kind of over exaggerating that would help a little bit. And you see here, and there are tempo front squats as well. So I was intentionally going a little bit slow, or at least trying to. And then here, after the second rep, when I was at the top, I started to feel that spasmy feeling. So essentially, the modification that I'm going to make for future days, of at least this first week until it's not a problem, is to just not do front squats, just change them to back squats. But if I have days where, see if I have another day this week where I have a lighter front squat, I have a tempo back squat, I suppose, so Saturday would be a good day. So like Saturday's sets of 4 at 128. So like those would be a good days, and you kind of see me kind of kind of giving up on the 85 because it does drop you down when you put that you fail. It dropped me down to 95, and then I did a rep and I felt that feeling again, so I stopped. And so then I just decided to do some front rack holds. So that's going to be the other modification. So essentially the first one is on the days where I have light front squats, to keep trying to do them. And then if I feel any sort of weirdness, just to stop on those days. So essentially less volume until it feels normal to do them. And I don't have like retweaks or anything like that, because it's not like I'm getting the full spasm or like the full strain or anything like that. I just feel a little bit of oof, and then I just cut it off there. So I'm assuming that I can do all the other training as normal, especially because it'll be light in this first week. The other modification is to add these front rack holds in, because I was getting that spasmy feeling, but as I was holding it, it would stop. Now I did not have the I think on one of these I was like, let me move down a little bit or like do a little bit of a squat, and then it immediately got more crampy or more spasmy. So I think just doing the front rack holds will be another modification as well. I can add those in, but because of the back being kind of I decided not to do the clean pulls either. I did one set at 85 just to see how it feel, and I was kind of feeling a little bit. I think I probably would have been fine to do pulls. Pulls generally haven't been an issue with it. It's really just any sort of front squat or like clean that gets too heavy or gets too strenuous. It kind of does it. But instead of doing those, I added more pull-ups again today, and I did 3 sets of 5. And so essentially, like if I have a day where it's like really modified, where I can't do like the squats or like the pulls or that, pull-ups are going to be a great thing just to add in general, but that'll work to add those in on days where I do have to modify stuff. But on the next day's workout, it does want me to do more front squats, but like I said, I'm going to modify those and do back squats with them. And I think back squats will be fine. Like I did that 210 or the 220 double attempt the other week, and I didn't have any issues with any sort of feeling in my back of cramping or straining. So I think it's really just that front rack for a while. I just need to let it chill out, and hopefully it's just like a week of modified stuff. And honestly, like if I just got to do more front squats, then back squats, then that's what I'll do, because I am close to being 109 kilos, so it kind of makes sense that front squats may not work as well at this body weight, and especially with a spasm thing, I may need to chill out on them for a little bit. But overall, it was a productive day. I'm glad that despite the front squats and deadlifts or the pulls not going that well, I was able to do more pull-ups, and I just want to continue to spam those, because I think just generally those will be good to do. But first day of the block, 11 weeks to go, and hopefully I can get back to hitting some good solid numbers. But so far so good. I'm happy with how the block is looking, or at least how the first week of training is looking. But that's it for this one. I'll talk to you all in the next video, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.